What's poppin' people, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. We've got some more BT16 gameplay, and this one is a pretty funny one. On the left you've got Belphemon Apocalymon, on the right you do have Veemon Armour. I'm sure it'll be no surprise that there's going to be plenty of Armour on this channel. I'm an Armour fan, Armour's very good right now, and there's two ways to build it, with Vaccine and with the Veemon base. The Veemon base actually does better into Belphemon Apocalymon, because Apocalymon was designed to beat Vaccine Armour, but as a result of it being vaccines, you're doing a lot of deletions, which plays into the purple engine, versus the Veemon armors, which are just making use of that bounce stuff. So Emily going to set up quite quickly with the Magnamon X antibody. This one was still, we were doing partial proxies, but we were trying to deproxy where we could, because BT16 was in the building thanks to me having one box in. But BT16 is now actually in the UK, so you will start to see less and less of proxies in our daily events. So look forward to that. And also look forward to a deck profile on this Belphemon Apocalymon, because it is really, really cool. Unfortunately for Belphy, he's kind of super hard on the back foot already, thanks to the early bounce on the Proto. The Karata is going to be able to shoot a Magnamon at the end of Emily's turn, but as long as she hits security, she will be fine. The problem for Belphy here is she's holding a Blinding Ray, so she can swing and have her attack stopped, but then she just Blinding Rays and gets the unsuspend. So we're going to go for the final Zubagon Punch here, which is going to swing in. He is just going to let the two checks go through. I'm surprised he didn't stop either of these, because now he's just brought his clock down way lower. The problem, I guess, is I think he wanted stuff in trash, so that way... No, because he's not even got the Astamon here, so he's already set up quite awkwardly. Final Zubagon does have Reboot. Ooh, making use of the Magnamon being able to play Veemons from hand. So gets the draw power off of the Belphemon and then gets to replace the body to threaten something else next turn. Belphy is, of course, going to have to find another sleep mode if he wants to stay in this. We can use the Matter Shooter to make that Proto cost 0. And we are going to see the analog you'd hit 2 Dark Masters here, which does set up nicely for an Apocalymon if it was to come down. And Apocalymon is going to hit the field right on cue. Do have all 3 of... No, it's missing Blocker though. So... the fact that he took those early hits means that Emily's in a pretty good position here. But at end of turn is going to get to do the on play of the Belphemon Sleep mode, which then loads the Rage mode, and then mills 10 straight off that first turn. But again, the problem here is that there's 3 swings on board, and there's no sleep mode to end an attack here. So all we need is this to strip and bounce the Belphemon, and then there should be swing, unsuspend, and swing. So as we get shuffled up and get ready for game 2, I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that has been supporting the channel financially as a member. Appreciate all of you, making it easier to do what I do daily. The mega tier, we do have Justice Josh, chilling as a tier 3 sub on Twitch and a member here on YouTube at the ultimate tier. As we do get set up with the 1 cost Uko, and Emily going to be taking her opening turn with the Davis to play a Veemon. I want to say a thank you to our ultimates, the Tommy NT, Tommy Tricks on the sticks, and 3 Strike Rule. Gonna see that Ukomon go out. We are gonna get our things searched. Is going to pitch to draw 2, and an easy block for the Magna, even though it didn't, get a bounce turn 1. It set up the ability to turn a chip off. We're just gonna go with a Karata in the back, because we are missing the purple source to do anything like a training or a boost. Although I don't even think this list uses training or boosts, because you're just gonna be losing your Dark Masters. Swing in 1, no draw or anything like that. Just going to go for a 2 cost Evo here with the Magna, which is going to draw 1, and then we are going to play the Veemon from sources. Nothing to bounce here with the level 4, but it looks like we're missing a level 4. So instead, just going to commit a blue Mem boost, and I think she has to take... Ooh. The problem is 3 Veemons got revealed here, so I understand just taking the Veemons to stay low to the ground. At the end of the day, your level 4s are just going to get blown up, and oh, he's going to hit into a Magnamon. So unfortunate that the first 2 checks, Magnamons, like, the statistical variance on that is not fantastic. I mean, free Magnamon, evolving for 0 on your opponent's turn and getting value out of it really does make things pretty difficult. Gonna go Astamon into a Belphemon here in order to try and slow down Emily, but damn, things really went from bad to worse there for Belphy. At the very least, he's immune to the Zudo, thanks to getting that load. We are going to swing in, is going to find Lament, and Lament is going to bring back just a Proto. Doesn't go to hand out of security, so he can't save it for later if an Apocalypse ends up there. But I mean, getting another Armour Purge check, we are going to pitch 2, and then the Astamon is going to get to play the Proto. Proto is going to draw 1 and pitch 1 to get rid of a Piedmon. I'm going to go into Magnet X to get the Unsuspend. The protection is going to swing in, hits a Kurata, which is then going to gain the protection once more. So can try and push for that final damage and put him on better have it lethal, which I think is the correct way to do this. The thing is, Belphy is going to have enough, but going into a second Magnet X here that has the DP protection, not that it matters. Going to have Kurata go in for the draw 1, trash 1, and even if he was to load under the Belphemon, both the Magnas are completely unaffected. We are +4. Well, +3 on the Belphemon, but also +3 on both of Emily's towers, which makes it very, very difficult for Belphy to try and push damage here. So he would actually have to go into a... He would have to go into some sort of double sleep mode here. So if we have another Astamon and can go into a sleep mode, then we're good. But I can already see a sleep mode there in trash. And I think we're fishing for Apocalypse. No, because we're still missing it. I think has to go for some sort of blocker. But he doesn't have the memory to make this one cheaper. Such a quick game, really, from Emily. So you get to see a little bit that the blue base is kind of just... dummy good into purple. Bounce is very, very strong against purple, and it keeps Belphemon on that back foot. And again, he did take a lot of damage earlier than he needed to in game 1, and then also double Magnet out of security is kind of just like unfortunate. The blocker that's been slammed here could just get bounced if there was a Magna, but the fact that there's 2 of them already on board makes it very, very unlikely that we're going to have to run into that. Either way, just one of these has to swing into security. Won't get the protection just yet. We're going to swing the Veemon at security, but because a card was pitched, can we float into a blocker? I'm going to go into the Gizmon. Ooh, if he did this the way he wanted to, I guess he could maybe pop the Proto, but it does not matter either way, because a third Magnet X is going to hit the board. So I do want to say thanks to everyone that has been enjoying the content. I think these two are actually going to play a bonus game, so stick around for that. We'll be back in just a second.
Matrix Digivolution.
Don't you hate it when you're in this situation? Trying to find the number on the dice to show how much DP gain your card has received. It's also unreadable. Now let's take a look at if you had some lovely markers from Conquest Collectibles. Right here you can see it's a lot quicker, a lot simpler, and a lot more efficient. Not only that, but you are signing yourself up to some high quality resin handcrafted markers available in purple, yellow, green, both light and dark, black, orange, and many, many more to your liking. So grab yours today from Conquest Collectibles, links in the description.
Yep, we are going to see them play out a bonus one, re-rolling for a brand new set, and we are going to be rolling for a brand new member shout-out. Big shout-outs to the champions, Shitty Carry, Coffee Deus, DHM, Solo Ouroboros, and Seb Baby Screams. Appreciate all that you guys do to help me do what I do as often as I can. We got extra footage from an Evo Cup where you're going to be seeing a very different result from our Apocalypse Mill Enjoyer, but he's not going to be enjoying any of this, as we're going to see that level 4 just bounce straight back to hand because no sources, no board presence, and no way really of getting through a Magna X this early. We're going to pop the Ukomon, which is going to pitch 1, draw 2, and then we're going to get the draw 2, pitch 2 to just get dummy cycle. Analog Youth does find 3, is going to bin off a Karate and the Analog Youth, but it's okay though, because once we go into a... If we can just slam the blocker here for 3. Okay, we're going to pop the eggs, so gets to go draw 1, trash 1, gets rid of a Lament. I think I wouldn't hate seeing the blocker slammed here. Pop the 4, passes over to 2. and then is going to play the karate from trash. The only thing is now Emily goes to 3, so there is a world in which she slammed a Veemon and then evolved the Magna over it. Interesting, they're gonna let the protection go through. Belphie actually just refusing to block. Truly, like every fighting game player, I will not block. I'm mashing. First check that goes through here is going to get punished. I guess she was going to get protection anyway because he couldn't double block here, but there's also no Belphemon to load for an explosion, so I'm not really sure fully what he wants to go for here. Crucially, this line uses the Gizmon package without any other bodies. We're going to swing, and we are going to bottom deck 2 in order to get draw to trash 2. Going to gain an extra memory off that thanks to the mat. And we are going to find a rookie off of that in the back. Second analog youth going to come down, is going to mill 3. Going to take the other Uko, which I guess you could slam. But then you just need a way of cheap passing. We've got 1 blocker on board, but we don't have a second one ready to go. And still no Belphemon, still no Alphamon. We're going to pop it with the Astamon, which is why the extra memory was super useful, because now we can actually go into the Belphemon and load up the Rage Mode underneath, which will pop the Magna on the way out if it stays as the level 4. Gotta be careful though, because the ST Magna has shown up, so has to go swing here. We're gonna pitch 2, and then from pitching 2, we're gonna play into the AT, which is gonna draw to trash 2. Gonna swing the Magna here, but it's going to take the block now, which is going to draw 1, and then we're going to float into the Veemon, which should be evolving into the Magna for low cost. We're going to go for the Blinding Ray to get the Unsuspend and the Protection here, just in case anything pops out of security, like a Gift of Darkness or anything like that. And then we're going to go... Oh, there's 3 Magnas in hand there. Slam the boost, find another Magna X, and I think this means we can just go for the Magna for 2 cost. 2 cost is going to bounce the AT just to keep them on the back foot. And then I think personally I would... Oh no, this can't attack, so I don't hate the Zudo here. It's not like you're really in danger of getting caught by too much, so we're going to spend the extra to just play for the board and get the nice large tower. Immediately just going to get the Ukomon shot. We are in Rage Mode now. Pitching off one of the Ukos, and we're going to pitch off another AT. So if this, or XT, if this AT does get popped, then it will float back into a blocker to try and keep Belphie security safe. Because he's in danger right now. If he doesn't find another sleep mode, I think he's just kind of dead. But there comes the sleep mode. We are going to play a Karata for 3. So I think I would have liked to see him crash the AT in to try and float into a blocker here, because then it would make it so the Zubagon is a little bit more awkward. Either way, it doesn't really matter, because the Zubagon is going to see an attack get stopped, whichever one does Zubagon. And she kind of... Interestingly, because we don't have the blocker, it's a weird one. If she Zubagons now on... I would have probably Zubagon the other one, to be fair. I'm going to swing that one for the 2 checks, which is going to force Belphie to pitch the 2 now. I don't think it fully mattered. No matter how it was set up, we were still looking pretty good. We're pretty wide. A second Zubagon going to come down. We can just crack the boost if she's worried about something. Now we're going to swing for the 2 checks, which is going to hit another Karata. And yeah, Belphie just looking to see where that Apocalymon is. A double Magna insecurity again. She was simply just going to cook him if he ever hit it. But you can see, Belphemon Apocalymon definitely struggles into the blue base. A big W for blue-based armor, but if you are, if you're in a scene where there's a bunch of yellow vaccine, keep an eye on the channel, because we're going to be showing what this deck really can do when you don't have to worry about blue. If you like what you saw and you do want to see more, then do us a big old solid and click a like on your way out. If you haven't subscribed, then consider changing that. And if you do want to support the channel financially, then hit us up with the memberships. We appreciate everyone that has been getting us across the 2K mark. And as always, see you tomorrow and have yourselves a damn good one.